All right, so welcome everybody. This is the first time I've done this live. I want to go over some of the trades I actually took today. And in fact, I thought I was all prepared, but I'm not sure if I really am because I don't have my charts ready to share. So I need to make sure I have those. Let's pull those up real quick and make sure that I can share those with you guys. Let's see. Hopefully I can. And if I can't, well, then I'll have to be better prepared next time, which hopefully would be better, right? Got to be prepared. I don't know why, but let me put the headset on. Actually, just want to, happy to answer questions on what you've been trading today. If you have any questions at all, because at the end of the day, trading's hard. And I thought, why not go over some of my trades today, share with you what I did, and at the same time, answer some questions. I have about an hour to do that, so I'm going to try and knock this out as fast as possible. The reason I have an hour is because I have a plumber coming by just to make sure there's no leaks, because if you are from Texas, we've had a blizzard. A lot of people have leaks, so we'll be fixing that hopefully here soon. But I did want to get this review started real quick. So first off, you'll see here we have a ticker RETO. So I actually traded RETO today. And the reason why I ended up trading it is because we have an overextension play, a gap and crap kind of play. What's going on, Risky Biscuits? Welcome to the channel, my man. Appreciate you being back. Texarkana, oh my God. I wonder if y'all got it as bad as us. So first off, I shorted RETO at an average of 243. And I'm sorry, was it 243? Let's go double check. 343, right around here. And to let you know why I shorted it is big picture. Look at these spikes. They normally fail, right? Every spike has failed before in the past. However, the volume on these spikes, yeah, they've been, 31 million. This one's, 16, 17 million. So pre-market, I believe this one was trading like 30 million pre-market, which is ridiculous, right? It's already more than it's ever traded before. So I was aware of that. And you also see that I have these lines drawn. And what I want to show you is I like to draw trend lines. I like to see where is the stock going. Is it in a bullish channel or is it, not? And in this case, I was not interested in shorting right away because I saw it in this little bullish little uptrend, right? However, if you start to broke down under here, which I did take a small position, I wanted to get short. And in fact, I did get short a small position, risking right above this 355 area. And I got stopped out, obviously, as you can tell. And as soon as I got stopped out, I actually took a reshort about 2/3 size, whereas my first short was about 1/3 size. My second short was 2/3 size at 343 average, which is right here. And in fact, it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, we have a fake or a weak breakout, right? Or weak high a day test. And we have this little 3 hit here, which I just like to see now. It kind of just shows me that this is a resistance area. It's a resistance zone, just like this is a channel. And then I shorted it, risking off of this 366 area and just covered a little bit too fast. I covered, about half my position at 310, and then the other portion at 277, I believe, and then 255 because I'm not patient today. I just wanted to take my profits and go. And I'm going to try to pull that chart up for you manually. Let's see if I can pull it up because I thought I was prepared to show y'all everything, but apparently I am not. And so I want to make sure that I am. Give you 1 second. So just share that chart with you. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick. First off, I want to show you that I document all my trades right here. I use Evernote where I type in my notes what I'm thinking in the moment because it really does help me. Here's a picture of the chart right here, but the way I have it set up, I can't spread it. I can't show it to you because when I zoom in, this is what happens. So I have to share that in a minute. But I like to put what I was thinking in the moment. So this one was RETO. We'll start short if it breaks trend 360. Started short and got stopped out quickly, but after that I saw a 3 hit, which is what I showed you earlier, a fake breakout. Hit, which I was hoping to catch, so short it quickly, risking high a day, and there you have it. So that's what I ended up doing. You can see the chart here in a small version, but I'm going to try to get you that full version here in just a second. Let's see if I can get that for you. Sorry, guys. Be patient with me because I haven't been able to – I thought I was ready, but apparently I'm not. Let's see, live trade. Let's see if I can show this. Can you guys see this right here? Can you guys see this chart? If you can see this, just let me know. Shivam, thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Love these kind of videos. I'm glad you're here, my man. I'm gonna do this more often. Millions in Motion. What's up, Brody? What's up, my man? And then Carson, Emery. Oh, is that my plumber? I hope that's not the plumber. If the plumber's here already, I'm gonna have to cut this short. Hopefully it's not. And then we got Rodrigo. What's up, brother? I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a good day too, my man. I did have a good day. God bless for sure. Carson, can you overlap VWAP on the short time frame? I don't use VWAP. The only thing that's VWAP shows up on is DAS, just because I've always had it on there. But I don't use it to trade. I use Thinkorswim to trade, to look at the chart, because VWAP will make me second guess certain entries. Personally. Farouk, what's going on? You guys can see it. Dope. So you can see here that I took a short right here, right? You see this first red triangle. I took a short initially. And the reason I took that short, let me show you again, is because, how do I go there? Okay. Is because, let's go to a 1 minute. We start to break down. So I thought, I'll take a starter's position, but I'm risking wide risk. So it wasn't a big size. It was 1/3 size of my normal position. And so I was okay with that. And so let's go back to, and then when we decided, that's the other chart. When we decided to pop, I covered, like I said, and then re-shorted because it was a fake high day break and came down, covered these two pieces. I'm okay with the first cover, but I'm not okay with the second. It's way too soon. You see VWAP there, it kind of got in my head, which is why I don't like to use it. And I covered a half my size right there, which I shouldn't have done. Instead, I should have covered that second portion here, third, and then the fourth down here. That's okay. It still ended up being a nice return. However, I just want you guys to know, sometimes I get antsy. Sometimes I sell a little too soon, and that's just what happens. And it happens to all of us. So let's go over the other trade as well, my man. Let's go over CLSN, which is a big miss for me. Hopefully you guys caught this one, but look how similar this chart is. First off, sorry about that. You see how similar this chart is to RETO? It's like, look at this. There's RETO, CLSN. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I had the same idea, but it happened pre-market. So I missed this. I was not happy about that. I actually took a short starter, just like last time, right here. Just a starter size, just a feeler. I wanted to size in big on a pop. I thought we'd get a pop above this area, but we did not get that pop. So I ended up covering on the way down and just left it alone, because I know for me, if I do not take my profits, even if it's a small position, and I hold it, it can not work out too well for me. And to show you my thought process on that stock, let's go to that. So I took a starter because a 3-hit, same idea. 1/3 size, risking 370, so real wide risk. It's basically was pointless, right? And I missed this, and I hesitated. I did hesitate. And so let's go over that one real quick. CLSN, you can see it here. Exactly what I said. I took a position, starter, and never got my full size on. You could have easily re-short it later, and I'll show you where. I just personally did not want to re-short it, and I'm going to explain that right here. You could have re-shorted in this area. Why? Let's go to, I trade, just to let you guys know, I know I'm showing the 1 minute. I trade on the 5 and 10 minute most of the time. I do look at the 1 minute just to maybe get an execution, but I am not trading off of that. Make that very clear. And in fact, did I just get a missed call? Sorry, guys. I'm waiting for a plumber, and I got to make sure that was the plumber. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Oh man, Texas is just plumbers are in demand right now. So if you're a plumber, come to Texas, you'll make a ton of money, because now my plumber's pushing me back even further because it's just so much headache. Anyway, you're not here for that. So I look at the 5 and 10 minute to trade, and the reason why this is a great entry is a couple of reasons. Number one, we're already on the backside of the move, right? Let's delete these. We're already on the backside of the move. But on top of that, we have this pop, right? This is the first real bounce. Look at the 10 minute. This is the first real bounce. And if you go here, you have some resistance all around this area, this 320 area. And you can obviously see, look at that, it held up as resistance here. So you could just short it here. But I don't like short and late day. I'm actually done trading by 11 Eastern every day. That's just how I am. But, excuse me, whenever we had this pop up, I thought about taking a position. Instead, I wanted to get closer to this 320 area. And in fact, if you look here on the temporary trend, we have a small trend here that I wanted to make sure broke. And we did end up breaking. However, I'm not going to just take a position right away, because if you did have VWAP, this is VWAP right here, right in this area. Now, I don't use VWAP, but it does. I do like to have it on my desk, because sometimes I do like to see what are people looking at. Now, when I saw this break and then we start to hold under this prior, we have resistance here, little minor support, then break, then we're holding under it. This is a key area to enter. Now, I did not take that trade, as you guys know, risking off of this 310. Sure, it's wide risk. That's fine. But if you end up taking that trade, I mean, you could have been at 297, 295 and coming down to 275. So it's not big. It's probably like a 1-to-1, but the odds are on your favor. Now, if you waited for this 320 mark, like we were talking about earlier, well, then you have a really good risk reward, but it's not for me. So CLSN was the second trade. RETO was the first trade. Pretty much identical. Hopefully you're seeing what I'm trying to show you. The other one was RSVA. RSVA, I really like this trade. I was very patient with it. You can see I draw my own things. I don't like using technical indicators. But first off, on the weekly and daily, look at this all-time highs. So that immediately triggers me, and I'm like, okay, let's wait a minute. And by the way, guys, thank you all for being here. I'll answer any questions you have about any charts as well. I'm here to help you guys out. Just share my own opinion. It's all my opinion, so I could be 100% wrong, and that's just how it is. But I'm happy to share with you ideas and just talk to you. I'm trying something different. I've never done this before. But be patient. I want to show you some of these charts, and then we'll get into that. RSVA, all-time highs. That already concerns me as a short bias trader. I'm like, you know what? Let me see what's happening here. It could be a squeezer, right? And that's what it was. I was not interested short in this at all, but I saw it when it was up here in the 2050s. And we're in a channel. You see this channel here. Definitely there's a channel. When we start to break this channel, typically you'd be like, Alex, why didn't you short right there? Because I did not short. I did not short that break. And that's where trading's not just black and white, right? You're not just like when a trend line breaks short. Because if you just do that, then you're going to take a lot of losses and you're going to be in bad position. And you don't want to do that. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at, yes, there's a channel. Sure, we had a little fake breakout, $28, right, to $28.50. We had a pullback down to this trend and kind of a broke. So if I would have shorted there, I'd be uncomfortable, right? I'd be very uncomfortable. But instead, I said, well, let me see what happens here. I want to see how the price reacts around this area. Is it going to hold? Because it could easily hold and go above, because nothing is exact. It could not just, it doesn't have to hold that exact trend. Always know that. Because too many traders out there who are quote unquote gurus are teaching, they're like, oh, if it holds this, you're good. Like, nothing's exact. But I was watching it, paying attention, and when he started to hold this area and then came back down, I did take a short, risking above this 27.70, because I got a little confirmation. I got a little pop above the trend line again, and then we rejected. And volume came in as well. You can see volume came back. So I took my position, and I almost got stopped out right here. This kind of made me worried a little bit. And I'm sure that happens to you guys too, when you're like, oh, I'm a little worried I'm gonna get stopped out. And that happens because what? We don't want to lose. And that's exactly why it happened to me, right? But I've learned over time, you just gotta stick to your plan, because sticking to your plan is better than just getting out for no reason. Because every time I get out for no reason, I take an unnecessary loss. So let's go over that chart real quick. How do I go over that? There we go. So we got RSVA. So here it is. I took my short and just covered it along the way down. Very good risk reward here, but you could say I missed out on a big part of the move, and that's okay. I'm okay with missing out on this big part of the move because at the end of the day, I am just looking for the easy part of the move for me, what makes me comfortable. So I hope this makes sense. Happy to answer any questions that you guys have. I'll start answering some questions. I did have a couple of more trades, but I want to answer any questions as well. Let me scroll up real quick. Give me a second to read some of the things you guys have been saying. That way I can help you guys out. First off, Bailey, what's up, my man? Just came in. Big man, what's the journal software? OneNote? Yes. Oh, no, it's Evernote. Evernote's my favorite. I use it. You can take pictures of all your charts, put it in there, and look at every single thing. It's amazing. Rodrigo, what's up, my man? Yep, hands up. Hey, Alex, how are you doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Klejanmima. Shivam, yes, we can see. Perfect. Good, my bro. Farouk, I'm glad you're doing good, my man. David, hey, thank you for your channel and your podcast. Has really helped for me. Then I'm a newbie. I'm glad it's helping you, my man. By the way, everyone, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to do more live and hit the bell so you're notified for that and reviewing trades after the market. Also, go check out the episode we just did. It just aired today with Matt Diamond. Great trader, options trader, and day trader. Scalper, really good trader. Turned, I think, 3K into 100K, I think in 18 months. Taught himself by using YouTube. Love it. So, real quick, Bailey, what were you risking off of? Bailey, on which one, my man? Let me know, Bailey. Write that in, and I will get back to you. Millions in motion. Do you recycle? Is that your style, or more of a range plan and nail and bell? Millions, I recycle sometimes. However, there are times where I do not recycle. Like today, you can see I didn't recycle. Oh, that was yesterday. I didn't recycle on this trade. I didn't recycle on this trade. And this one was a loss. This is ATIF. I did long that one. And then I didn't recycle here. I didn't recycle here or here. So sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Like I can't say off the top of my head that I do that all the time. So just know it just depends. Like if it's a beautiful chart and it's forming great and it has tons of bounces at key areas and it's fitting great patterns, I'm going to recycle for sure. But if it's not, I'm not going to recycle. Hopefully that answers your question. So Canyon, you can always check for water leaks by making sure all your known water users are off, including reverse osmosis, water filters, and look at the water meter, usually outside your house. Oh, thanks for that, man. I don't think I have leaks. Haven't seen anything. Thank God. And but I just having the plumber come out because I want him to make sure I have not baby leaks at all. There should be no movement. I can detect slightest leaks, including slab leaks. Well, Canyon, I may need to try that here in a minute because that was good advice. Thanks, brother. Bailey, how many R's are you up today? By the way, are you monitoring YouTube chat or is there another chat room you're using? I'm just looking at YouTube chat. Make sure you guys are chatting on here. I think I'm up about 2R is what I'm up today. And I completely changed the way I trade, by the way. I don't trade for 3R only anymore. I just trade what I see. And I take those trades and just go with it. And take quick gains, sometimes too quick, sometimes not quick enough. But that's just how I trade. Aaron, what's up, my man? Shivam, could you please go through the CCIV chart? Sure. Let's look at that chart. So what do you want to know? I mean, basically what I see is I see some support right here. I see some resistance right here. It's in a channel. We have maybe like, that's it. Like we're just in a channel. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen to it. And that's one thing I'm glad you pointed this out because there's a lot of trades that aren't really good yet, right? And big picture, this thing's a monster right now. Look at this. I know a lot of people have been talking about this. This is not new to me. But this thing is powerful. Look at this strong trend. But now we're going parabolic above this breakout. So at this point, it's ignore for me personally. Until we get above this area or until we start to break down. Like if we start to form a descending triangle, break down, then maybe it'd be a nice short. But if we start to form a nice like higher lows and continuing to build when volume starts to come in. It could be a nice long. So right now, I don't know what the hell it's going to do. Joey, would you mind taking a look at you know what? That actually hit. I had an alert on that today. It's an OTC. Yep. I had an alert on this today. I ignored the alert because I've been too busy trading. I don't like it. I don't like this chart personally because, I mean, number one, it's an OTC chart, and OTCs, they're very smooth. So breakouts are important in OTCs, and they've been working like fire today, this year and the end of last year. So because of that, I would not be touching this right now. And initially, it's a no play for me as of now. But if we can start to build up and break out this 507, not right away, but like if we can build up near there, like you see this consolidation zone, if we can do that right here and then break, oh boy, you better be watching that, son. That would be nice. That would be sick. I wouldn't mind that. Let's see, who else is next? My man Yash, did you size in one shot? How do you have your cover targets set? Cover targets set are based off of, first off, I size in. I'm trying to get better at one shot, but I'm not. I do 1 to 3. Sometimes 2 usually is my goal, just 2 shots, half. Sometimes 3. It all depends. It's not set in stone. Always know that. You got to be flexible. But how do I cover? I'm going to give you an example. So ERTO, RETO. Basically, when I'm covering, when I got in here at 340, I'm covering this support area. And then I'm going to cover at this support area. And then I'm going to cover at this support. Because if you look on the bigger picture, we got support all around here too. So those are the key areas I'm going to be looking to cover. That's how I think about covering. Joey, would you mind taking a look? I just did, my man. So I went backwards. Bailey, Evernote, yes sir. Meester, Alex, did you start working out? Did I start working out? Do you mean like never been working out? Because I've always been working out. But I took last week off because I was forced to because of the blizzard here in Texas. But I did work out today. Thanks for asking. Staying healthy. This is my freaking second one filled up. Because we've been low on water. I haven't been able to drink water. And now I'm drinking so much because I'm like dehydrated. It's ridiculous. My body's just used to drinking about 1.5 gallons a day. Olad Daforka, nice man, love the channel. Hey man, thank you, I appreciate it. Bailey, you already answered what you were risking off of. Yeah, no worries, brother. Alex, great analysis, Alex. Thanks, bro, for sharing your trades and thoughts. No problem, man. Great name, brother. Yash, RSVA. I mean, all right, Yash, let's check it out. RSVA. So, I think your question was, what was I risking? Was that your question, Yash? Did you one size? Oh, yeah. That was one size, one bullet, but sized out 3 times or 4. That's how I traded that one. So it's never just one way or the other way, unless like it gives me a really good opportunity. Like this one gave me a really good opportunity where I could just size in on one bullet. So that's what I did. And I only sized in a third on this one because the time. I don't like to trade late. If it's on the 10, this is East. My time here, guys, is Central. So this is 10:40. When it gets close to 11, I want to be done. So I'm not going to take big positions. Alex, are you more short bias in this market? No, brother, I'm both. I've been longing and shorting. Unfortunately, I've been good on longs some days. Today I was not. ATIF was my loser, and it was just a skeptical long. I just was curious and see if it would work. Actually, long this, where we go? You see this little trend here? I drew that. Obviously, you guys can see this, but I knew there was a slight chance it wouldn't work. Actually, a good chance because this major volume of 200 million shares at 217. But I thought if we break above 217, it could be a really nice breakout and squeeze shorts because a lot of shorts are shorting that. And we did temporarily. And I bought that. And you know what? It just didn't work. It happens. Let's see. But I've been long and short. I mean, I long pretty much every day as well. Let's see. Where am I at? Marshall, what's up, brother? What's up, my man? Glad you're here, bro. Risk factor trading. After how many R do you stop trading? If I lose more than 3 R, I am done for the day. Talk about this on the show, Be the Trader. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for being here. I'll answer any questions you have on your own charts analysis. We just reviewed my trade, so if you rewatch this video once it posts, you'll see my trades. But also, I want you guys to know, first off, thank you all for being here, being part of the show, because it means so much for me, for real, guys. I'm trying so hard to provide as much value as I can and change the trading community. So as you get better as a trader, think about giving back. Think about doing something to help other people. That's my mission, and I'm hoping you see that and you can do the same. And I want you guys to know, hey, at the end of the day, hit that bell, subscribe, like, share the channel with other people, because I'm trying to help others, and you guys are the only people who can help me grow, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Risk factor, how many R's? As I mentioned, 3. Bailey, do you risk a fixed dollar amount per trade? So like $50 max loss on the trade, whether or not it is 20-cent stop or $1.50. Yes, I pick a fixed dollar amount that I want to risk, which is my 1R, and I trade that way. However, there are some trades that I will risk less than my normal 1R as my max R for that trade. Maybe I'm trading Tesla, and Tesla moves wild. So I'm going to keep that in consideration. It's like, you know what? My 1R now is on my normal half R. So just know, risk management is not as simple as, oh, I cut it at my stop and that's how my risk management. Hopefully you hear that risk management is very fluid and it depends on the situation. That's what a lot of people don't talk about. So I'm glad you asked that question. Thanks for that. 619 short says, hey Alex, did you trade TAOP? I did not, my man. I did not trade that today. Nope, no interest here for me. It's a nice afternoon fade, but I don't trade the afternoon. I'm done by 11, and that's just for me because I personally have never had good consistency enough to prove that I should trade after 11. And it just shows over 4 years of trading that I do my best in the first hour and a half. But I hope you nailed it, my man. Did you trade it? Edwin, my man, can you check Watt? Let's see, my man. Let's check it out. You can see I was looking at it today because I drew my lines. By the way, I draw my lines every day. I delete these and redraw them because I don't want to have bias go on to the next day. So I was interested in this, by the way. But this happened after hours. And it never got to my level. I had alerts at 680. I had an alert set to alert me to pay attention because if it got up to this area, I'd be interested in potentially shorting. However, obviously this area was more important and I just didn't want to take it. So for me, it wasn't for me, but I did see it as a short today. What we got? Marshall, big caps only. Yeah, I like big caps too, brother. I really do. What's up, Alex Isenya? Mr. Asian Man, can you do a review for trading tickers too? I got it last night. Hey man, welcome to the show. I did do a review before it came out. It's already on the channel, so definitely go back. It's like 4 videos ago. Go watch it. I did the review already. Tim Bertani and I are friends. At least hopefully I can call us that. But he was so friendly enough to let me watch some of it before he even went live or talked about it, just to give him my feedback. So thank you, Tim Bertani. If you're watching this, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot. It means you trust me to not share that stuff. And obviously, no, that's not what I do. So, MMG Grow Pro, what screener do you use for OTCs? I don't use any screeners. Let me tell you this though. I did rent. I paid for 1 month of scans just to try it for an OTCs, and I traded OTCs and did well. However, I thought my wife came in. I don't like OTCs, guys. And here's why I don't like OTCs. They're great trades. They're amazing. You can make great returns. They're easy. For me, I think they're easy. That's not why I don't like them. I traded them last week, did well, and I did not like that I had to sit there and watch the trade and execute it manually. Because what you don't see is when I place my trades, I leave. I just put my stop and my profit targets and let them go and go to the gym and work out and let them just get executed along the way. They're called one cancels the other order, whatever it is, range orders as well. But with OTCs, you can't do that. You can't put hard stops. And if you do say you can, good luck. You go ahead and do it and you find out what happens. You cannot do that. So you got to sit there all day and watch the trade work. And I'm not for that, guys. If you've been following me for some time, I'm about living my life, enjoying it, working on the show, trying to give back, working on all my other businesses that I do and all the stuff, and I don't have time to just sit there and watch. So whenever I bought scans for just a month and tried it, I was like, oh, this is cool. But then when I placed my trades, I was like, oh shit, I have to actually sit here and watch. That's the only reason I don't trade OTCs. I'm missing out. Yes. Farouk. Hey Alex, which is the best broker for shorting? I personally think Cobra Trading, best broker for shorting, because I use them, yes, but also because they're basically like Chick-fil-A of brokers. That's all you need to know. If you like Chick-fil-A, you like their service, you will like Cobra Trading. And I don't pay for borrows like hardly ever. I think I paid once last week. I think it was like 0.003. And I trade short pretty much every day. Also long. But I'm just letting you guys know that Cobra Trading is the best. That's just my opinion. If you do let them know I sent you there, they give you the same discount I have. It's a discounted commission rate and a discounted entry fee. Like I say fee. It's the amount of money you need to enter into their broker. Because they're a bigger broker. Like their normal amount that you need is $30K. But if you go through me, it's less. It's like 25, 27, something like that. But let them know because it does help me out. So appreciate you asking that question. What do you use for OTC stock news? I don't use anything, my man. And matter of fact, let me make that clear right now. I don't give a two craps about news when I'm trading intraday. Okay? Because I care about price action. I care about what is the chart telling me. Too many times when I at the beginning of my journey, I start to find some success. And when I found it, I start to, let me see if I get into this news thing that can help me be more successful. Instead, it created a bias that made me not see the chart clearly, and I took on so many losses because I said, oh, well, the news is negative. And same thing with SEC filings, warrants, ATMs. I know how to look those up. I used to do it all the time. I used to be a huge part of my process. I don't even do that anymore because it's not important to me. It's just not. If I'm going to catch it, I'm going to catch it. And I'm not saying it's the right way. It's just how I do it. One bullet. Yep. Eric. What's up, broski? What's up, brother? Ollie G. Hey, man. Enjoy the vid. San Antonio Trader here. What's up, San Antonio? I don't know if you know about Jetson, but if you do, you know what I'm talking about. How do you deal with the itch you get when you want to trade, but there's really no plays, so you end up forcing a bad trade for money? No patterns. So first off, man, I want to let you know that's very hard to deal with. And in fact, it's going to be really hard for a lot of people who started trading in 2020. And basically what I do is I try to catch that ASAP. So if this happened to me last week. Last week was a slow week. For me, it was slow. And I say slow, I still traded every day. It just was slow compared to the week before. The volume was significantly different. I think our biggest volume that I was looking at was about 23 million, 30, 40 million, which is not a lot. When we just came from 200 million plus every day the weeks before. So that was different. And the opportunities were a little bit more scarce for me. And since I'm more of a trend, I don't know how you can call it, but I'm a technical analysis trader. I just didn't see that many opportunities for me at my level on how I trade. That's very important to understand. Everyone trades different. Now, because of that, I did trade some that looked okay. They looked okay. And guess what happened? I lost on both of those. And so that just what I do now though is when that happens, I review my trades at the end of the day every day. And then I'm like, okay, and I read my notes. What notes are you thinking about? I read these notes right here. I read these notes right here, and I want to make sure, what was I thinking? What was I feeling? And if I put in there, sometimes I put in there, I was a little nervous. I don't really see much. And I put that in there if it was like a slow day. And then I go back and review it. And I type this in when I'm trading, like right when I'm trading. As soon as I enter, I type in what I'm thinking. Because I want to know what I was thinking in the moment and not hindsight bias. And so when I do that, I go back, review, and I'm like, okay, I got a little loose today. It might not have been big loose. I just got a little loose because it's gotten less and less the longer I've been trading because I've gotten more strict. However, it still can happen to me. And so what the best I can say is recognize it. I recognize it the next day. I ended up, and that happened Friday, by the way. And then this day I was more strict. And what happened? I ended up having 5 tickers traded. And, God willing, the man upstairs takes care of me because I ended up having 4 right out of the 5. So that's just how it happens. But it's because I was more strict today than I was on Friday. So I use it as an advantage. So if you slip, think of it as like, okay, cool, I slipped. I recognize it. That's a win. Number 2, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to be more strict tomorrow and do that and just focus on being more strict, waiting for it to come to you. That's what I advise, my man. Anne-Marie, you short on Thinkorswim? No, Anne-Marie, I do not. I use Thinkorswim to view all of my charts, and I execute it through DOS. Colton, what's your big aha moment with your new trading style? I think my biggest aha moment, man, is it's hard because there's so many aha moments. And sometimes I ask this question to my guys on my show when I interview big traders. If you're new here, thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, because I plan to do more of these live events where I review my trades, go into detail what I was thinking, and answer your questions and do chart analysis. I think it'll be cool, something fun, something different. So hit the bell so you're notified, but also share the content, guys and gals. Share the content. It would mean a lot to me, so it can help me grow. Trying my best to give back to you all and being a different type of trader out there than trying to change the trading community. And you guys can help me change that. And also, remember, when you get better, you help me change the community and give back. But I digress. So biggest aha moment. Belief in myself. I actually just recorded an episode today. It won't be air for a while. That's just how I do things. I like to be ahead. But it's about imposter syndrome. And you probably heard me talk about this quite a few times. Now, there's so many aha moments in my life, but imposter syndrome was a big one recently. Because after I found my consistency, I didn't believe it. And so that unbelief really prevented me from really growing my account, right? I had to slowly go. So that's the biggest thing that really helped me is I don't want to mix what your beliefs are, and I'm okay if you don't have the same beliefs, but I'm going to speak it like it is. I believe in God, and I believe he helped me a lot. And I just prayed all the time about these negative thoughts of not believing in myself, and that's really helped me a ton. I meditate every day, and I focus on that there's abundance for you and me, and we can all be successful, and you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be successful. You deserve to have a life of abundance and be able to spread that wealth. We all deserve that. I started to focus on that, and that's really started to help me get better at that imposter syndrome. That was my aha moment. Shivam, thanks, man. Sick charting skills. I am also trying to adopt patterns, channels, and levels and get rid of indicators eventually. Shivam, good luck. I wish you the best. One thing I want to leave you a tip with. Start with daily charts, okay? So UAL, let me show you this. So I swing trade as well. UAL, I swing trade on the daily chart. I draw my patterns. You can see this little channel coming down, guys, right? So what did I do? I look at the daily chart, drew my channels, drew this uptrend because I was like, you know what, there's an uptrend here. And I look at the 4 hour and the 1 hour, still strong. What did I do? On this pop above here, I started in 44.60. And I held because it was holding the area. It wasn't perfect. You can see it's choppy, right? So if you just use this as your risk, you're gonna get stopped out. Instead, I had wide risk. I was risking below this 42 area. Because I thought if we're going to break above this channel, we shouldn't break further down. So instead, I took my swing position at 44.50, which some people will be like, hey, why'd you take that? And at first, it did not look good. And I just stayed in it. And the good thing with swing trading, guys, is you don't have to worry about it at all. I don't ever look at it. Once I took this trade, I took it off my radar and didn't look at it until it alerted me at 48. Because then it alerted me. I took a third off. And then it alerted me above 50. I took a third off at 51.50. That's just how that works. But I'm looking at only the 4 hour, the 1 hour, and that's it. And then the daily for my swings and weekly for sure. Because if it's strong on the weekly, it's going to be strong on the daily. But that's how I'm looking at that. So just to show you how you can practice this is practice like this, my man. If you're going to start with technical analysis, look at Tesla. So you can see I have alerts on Tesla. Damn, Tesla's looking like crap right now, right, guys? So I would be, here's a key area. And we got this I'll be looking at daily charts because it's a little cleaner and you can start to see what's happening here. I'm going to start drawing key areas of resistance, key areas that couldn't break. and just start trying that with all types of all charts on the daily. And if you're busy working, do it on the daily charts on big caps, and then look at them every day and see how they react and get a feel for that. That's my advice. Hopefully that helps you. Shivam. Oh, I already answered your question. Aaron, how do you borrow how to borrow stocks? You've been shorting. Multiple ways through Cobra trading. I go through them. I can go through the live chat feature. They give me a lot of free trades, free borrows is what I should say, free borrows. And then if they don't have any free ones, then I go through the locate monitor. They have 4 locate monitors in their platform, and I can search for the cheapest. That's how I do it. Oh, TD Ameritrade? Yeah, good luck, brother. You might not be able to short with TD Ameritrade. You're going to, E-Trade maybe, but if you're shorting small caps, good luck. You're going to need a special broker like Cobra Trading. There's Interactive Brokers, Centerpoint, Trade Zero. I've used all of those, and I just personally like the one I'm with. Meester, yeah, man, no worries, man. I'm glad you're here. Vaya, oh shit, I just lost my place. Sorry, guys. Let me scroll back up. Vaya, you should check out the Boiler Room Trading channel. I would love to see you do a interview with them. Maybe, man, maybe. I don't know who they are, but maybe. There's a lot of sketchy people out there. I don't know who they are, so I can't say if they are or not. But there's a lot of sketchy YouTubers out there who don't really trade at all, and you can tell by how they talk about trading. It's just stupid. So it's really hard for me to trust people. And there's a lot of fake people who actually sell services too. And yeah. Joey, what are some of your tips on trying to find your trading personality? Matt has me questioning some things. Thanks for your help. So figuring out your trading personality is time. I'm teaching my friend how to trade right now. He has a great career, makes great money, has a great lifestyle. He's like, I want to start trading. I see you trading. I want to start doing this. And I said, look, man, I'm going to show you the way I wish someone would have taught me. And I made an episode on the Be the Trader show where I just talk about what I'm doing for him. And I'm going to keep y'all updated on that because I want you guys to be able to walk through that process with the same way I'm doing with him. But I share books. I said, here are the books I want you to read first. I gave him 5 books. If you're curious on what those books are, click on the description. You should see like my kits and my favorite books. You can go read those. But I said, you got to start off with these books. It's going to be boring, but you got to start with these books. First, the fun books like Trading in the Zone, Remnants of the Stock Operator, Turtle Traders, and Market Wizards are more stories, and they can help you discover who you are. And then start paper trading. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent, but how you find it is time. How you find a trading personality. Read Turtle Traders. Does that vibe with you? Read Market Wizards, the first edition. Which one vibes with you? Because he interviews tons of successful traders, different styles, and whichever one really relates to you, that's where you should start trying. And what's your situation? If you don't have a lot of time, you might need to start looking into swing trading. If you have time to be at your computer all day and you like sitting there all day, because I don't, you might want to trade scalping, day trading, right? But if you're like me and you like to intraday swing, so you like to place positions and walk away, enjoy your life, intraday swing trading, right? Or just swing trading. Like you got to analyze what your availability is and then determine how to trade from there. That's what my best advice. And at the same time is you got to try different things. Try real small with fake money or with real small real money, and try different ways to trading and see which way works best for you. Because if it doesn't work well to you and you don't feel comfortable, then don't do it. Because you might find someone who's trading very well with the one strategy. Maybe you see me and you're like, oh, I like the way Alex trades. I'm going to try that. But you don't feel comfortable with it. Then maybe it's not for you. But maybe you like another way, like scalping. Maybe that's for you. Just be flexible. Try different things. But try it with fake money until something kind of feels comfortable. It doesn't mean you're doing great at it. It just means something that you enjoy doing. Marshall, best trading channel on YouTube by far. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, Marshall. I appreciate that compliment. I'm trying my very best. Again, guys, if you're new here, please be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell. If all you guys hit the bell and you keep that up, I will definitely keep my side of the bargain and do more of these lives of reviewing my trades, reviewing charts for you guys, and just talking with y'all. And at the end of the day, do me a solid and share the content with others because I am trying to grow the channel the right way. And I'm trying to give back as much as I can by doing things different. And hopefully you see that. So thank you. Javier, fantastic content. Truly appreciate it. Thank you, brother. By the way, I have an episode that just aired today on Monday. Today is Monday. With Matt Diamond. I interviewed him, and great guy. Taught himself to be a trader all through YouTube. Didn't pay for any courses. Went 3K to 100K in 18 months. Very realistic. You guys can try the same. Now, granted, it took him 3 years to find consistency. Then he turned at 3K to 100K. So just FYI. I think in 3 years. Anyway, it's on the interview. You can find out. Jim, I tried the 52-week break on iGen and stepped out after it dipped. Would you say tomorrow would you have been a better day to try since it's already had a large move today to get to that high? Sorry, Jim. I'm going to say my English is either extra terrible today or I just don't understand your question. But let's just look at it. You bought it 52-week break. So I'm guessing you bought it above here. So first off, on the daily, let me show my chart. So on the daily, it looks like a chase already. Like it's literally coming up from 0.015 straight up to 0.02. That's on the daily. Okay, we know that. So let's point out this area. That's a breakout, right? Yeah, and then look, I mean, on the 1 hour, it's a straight up spike. That's a chase to me. It's a chase. 30-minute, 15-minute still. Now, 10-minute. So with OTC, this isn't even OTC. Holy crap. Oh, it is OTC. So to me, in my opinion, this is a chase. The breakout's right here. If you're getting in right here, I could see why you get stopped out easily. Now, if I'm reading that right, hopefully that's why I would not buy that because it's a chase. I would like to see it consolidate, maybe hold in this area, like maybe hold this area right here. And then start to re-break above 24. And then I'd probably buy it if I wanted to trade OTCs, which I do not. So that's what I would say to that. Christian Doyle. First off, Christian, thank you, my man, for being a sub supporter. For all you guys who know, if you maybe don't know, if you join the channel, you can support the show. And that's the only way. That's one way to give back to me, to say thank you. Thank you for doing that, Christian. I appreciate it. I am going to update that later in the future, make it more feasible for a lot of people to join. And also, I plan to do something for you, Christian, in the future for everyone who is someone who's joined to do like exclusive live where we just talk one-on-one on like trying to show in charts, but also just do one-on-one instead of just like a long chat with everyone. But let me get to your question. I've noticed that you move through TOS software so quick and smooth. Do you have any tips for leaning to move through the software quicker and more efficiently? So I think it's because I've been trading for 4 years. Like at the end of the day, that's the only thing I can say, man. Time, brother. I use it every day, all the time, on my phone, on my iPad. So just play with it every day. That's what she said. Anyway, my wife's going to say you're an idiot when she watches this. What platform do you use? 619 short seller. My broker's Cobra Trading. The platform I use through them is Dash Trader Pro. That's what I use to execute trades. I use Thinkorswim all the time for my charts because they have the best, most beautiful charts and they translate. If I go to the restroom, let's be real, you go to the restroom, you want to see what's happening, you pull up your iPhone, which is what I have, and your charts will pop up here and all your lines you drew show up on your phone. You show me an app that does that and I may check it out because I have not found one that does that. It translates to all platforms. All right, Pierce Trades, stress-free trading. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, my man. I don't know what you were trying to say there, brother. The Anthony, Cobra over Guardian. I think so. That's my opinion. I fucking love Cobra, personally. Marshall Wilkins, I totally agree. No TC for me. I love big caps. News and price action sticks better. You know, that's one thing I will say. When it comes to big caps, guys, I do trade big caps often as well. Especially for when EV was high, I was trading NIO and Tesla like every day. What I will say is they tend to follow trends a lot smoother. I don't know why all these gurus always say and bash big caps, but I think it's because it's not flashy. And they're like, oh, you can put in $1,000 and turn it to 10,000 or whatever bullshit. But I want you to know, big caps, you can trade you can trade small, man. You can have $1,000, buy 2 shares of something. If it moves, these move dollars. If they move $10, you just made what? 2 times 10 is $20. Like if you have a small account, that's good. Like, you got to think like that, like process. But they trend very well. They work on breakouts very well. They actually hold, and they listen when the news happens and it's bullish, it's in your favor. Just a little tip. Thank you for pointing that out, Marshall. All right, Yash, do you use Thinkorswim for charts during trading or DAS? Oh, like I said earlier, trading all the time I use it. The only reason I have DAS up is because I like to see the triangles after I execute, because it helps me see, is that a good execution? Mike, what's your question? Is it crypto or Forex? I don't know what that question is. I don't know if you're asking me, do I prefer one or the other? I don't trade Forex at all. And what I will say is I just recently started messing around with crypto, but not to trade, more like long swings. So I can't really give you much advice there. What's the layout? Mr. Mick Houston, what's the layout on and how do you get a copy of it in Excel? I don't know what you're talking about, brother, but if you're talking about Evernote, that's Evernote. And I created this. Actually, a buddy of mine sent this to me a long time ago because he was trading. We were trading, and he was like, "Dude, you start journaling trades this way." So I started journaling my trades this way. It's not anything on Excel. Shivam, could you please share the layout of the notes you are capturing? Would be great help. Yeah, I mean, it looks like that's the same question. Basically, I used to track all of this, as you can see. I used to put the symbol. I just put it up here now. But I used to track the symbol here, my bias, short percentage, short float, market cap. All of this I would track all the time. This was before, this is just what I used to track all the time. And then you could put little notes here, like win, lessons, market cap, flow, whatever you want. And then you could search in here by that note, like all breakouts. And it'll pull them all up with all the charts, because if you put the charts in there. So it's a really good system to do that. So that's all I do. I mean, you could just type this in yourself and then do the exact same thing. So make sure to rewatch this so you can create that. Marshall, I also agree. News creates a big bias. I've burned so many times by it. Price action first. If the news confirms the price action, even better. I agree with that. Shivam, waiting for Cody's interview, man. Not patient enough. When is it dropping? You need to be patient. And if you're not, I guess you'll just have to wait and see, my man. Aaron, good advice. No problem, my man. Glad I was able to do it. Cool live stream, Wasabi. Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Rumi, same. I feel like I get lucky every day and I don't really have any skill, but I do. Yes, dude. I know exactly what you mean by that, because that's how I felt for the longest time. And after I had my first full year of consistency, I questioned everything even more. I was like, oh my God, I'm just getting lucky. I don't deserve this. This is not for me. And I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. And that episode where I'm talking about that in depth and showing you how I got rid of that is coming soon. When is it coming? Coming soon. Christian, do you scale in or still one entry, one exit? Both, Christian. Sometimes I scale in. Sometimes I one entry. Multiple exits almost every time. It's rare. Unless I have a small position, one exit. But sometimes I'm in one shot. Sometimes I'm in two shots. Sometimes three. But my goal is maybe to get to around 2 shots. But at the end of the day, like, every stock is different, guys. And sometimes it makes sense to do one. Sometimes it doesn't. So don't think of it as like black and white. Like, don't think of it as like it's one or the other, because that's how I used to think. And can make this game very difficult. Trading is more of an art. Once you get the technicals down, then it becomes more of an art and how you use it. Because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people that think if I pull up this stock, let's say if I pull up RTON, there's a lot of people who think like, was that the stock? What was the ticker name? Rito. There's a lot of people who think, oh man, like this was a short, a no-brainer short. Like, and I can tell you right now that there's people who bought this dip here and right here and made a good long trade. And I actually know people who've been on my show, like Scott. He was on my show not too long ago. 2 decades plus trading experience. And we talk every day. And I'll be like, hey, man, I shorted this stock. And he'll be like, really? Because I longed it. And he freaking killed it. And I did well. And I'm like, so there's so many ways to trade. There isn't just one way. It's not black and white. There's just so much opportunity. It's what's comfortable and what sticks out to you. Over time, when you're trading, pay attention. Over time, when you're trading, you're gonna start to realize like things pop out. Like they're just like, ooh, that looks very familiar. Start paying attention to that sign. When that happens, that means your body, your personality is showing on the chart. Pay attention to that. Steven, any chance of you interviewing Mad as two of the most curious mystic traders chatting would be fantastic. As of right now, I have at this point, I can't really tell you it's going to happen or not. So, don't know, my man. Oli Dillavan, what is your morning routine before you enter the market? Every morning, I wake up, use the restroom. I mean, who doesn't? Brush my teeth, right? Have a cup of coffee, feed the dogs, meditate for 10 minutes, talk to my wife. Some days, if she's up with me in the morning, we have a little conversation, just talk about it, whatever it is. And then go to my desk, stretch a little bit, open my computer up, and at that point, put on meditation sounds, say a little prayer up to the man upstairs, because without him, I would not be here where I'm at today, talking to all of you. And then I draw out my lines, wait till 8:30 Central, which is 9:30 Eastern, set my alerts, start my day. Shiva, thanks Alex, appreciate it. No problem. Sorry guys, I just got a huge skip. I gotta scroll up. Where are we at? Humble Bear, love the content. Do you mind sharing the template you use to track your emotions? I'm going to do the same from now on. It's very simple, man. All you gotta do is just type it, dude. Like, here's the thing, guys. Don't let me not just sending you this prevent you from being successful. Because it's simple. I would even just write it down. And how I feel and review that. Because you got to just do it. If you don't put an effort to do it, you will never actually make it. Because it's hard, guys. It's hard. But it's simple. It's as simple as just writing down your emotions. So why not just write it down in Excel? Day 1, write down how you feel. The day 2, you know what I'm saying? Just do something like that. But at the end of the day, I'll show you, like, here's Evernote. And you can just type in your notes. It's super easy to use. Just download. It's free. And you can type in your emotions right here. You just make up sections. Like, I just made up sections. This could all be something else. And then, you know, like, you could type whatever you want. What I don't want you guys to do is, too many people, including me, guys, I used to be the same way. Like, get lost in, I need to do it his way. Create it that fits you. All right. And Young Lion, appreciate all the content you put out, Playa. Keep up the good work. Good guy. Thank you, my man, Young Lion. Keep it up yourself. Thank you for being here. Christian, do you scale in? I think I already answered that. Todd Duff, TD has gotten better. Oh, okay. Mr. Mick Hudson, cool. Pierce Trades retweet on the Furus. Ali, yeah, it's good. He knows what he's doing. Cool. Veya, he trades live every day. Okay, it seems like you guys are starting to promote someone, and I mean, it is what it is. Lillian, this is the best time to invest in cryptocurrency. Okay, cool. I mean, it's definitely, if it's going to end up working, I think it's clear to say it would be, right? Like, if it's going to work and it's going to go, it might as well be the best time. I found some Wasabi. I found some useful skills, tips, tools, stuff like screeners. Okay, great. So it seems like you guys like the Boiler Room, so maybe I'll check them out. Shivam, record your conversations with him and share as a podcast would be very helpful. That's pretty much what I do, Shivam. If you're new here, make sure to check out the show. I interview tons of different traders. Do you experience difficulty in trading cryptocurrencies? So yeah, someone's trying to promote a service and say, call this number and I can help you be successful. Come on, guys. Like, I will definitely kick you. And, because I'm not about that. You guys should know this. How do I kick you? Okay. Todd, thoughts on swinging TAOP overnight from 10? I wouldn't. Just off this daily chart, guys. Like this, I see no reason to swing this. Now you could be right, brother. Like don't let me scare you. Oh, let me show the chart. You could be right, but this is just a straight up spike. Like I'm a technical trader. Like I need some key areas. Like on the 1 hour, maybe support here, but this is a straight up spike, guys. Like I would not be touching this personally. Now, granted, it could go higher, but if it goes, so here's the thing with trading. Too many people think just because it goes higher and they thought they should have got in means that they were right and they were a good trader, and it does not mean that. For the longest time, I was that person. I'd be like, oh, we made money today, we're doing good, and that's why trading's hard. Because trading is not about if you made money or not. It's about, did you execute well? Did you have a plan? Did you trade properly? Do you have a system that works over time? I've been trading for 4 years. How long have you been trading? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like you need to think like if you've only been trading for a year, 3 years, and 4 years is even a long time. So like there's been people who are trading for 10 years. What I'm saying is you need to be trading something that you can repeat, not because you feel good about this. Okay, have a system. And if your system tells you this and it works a lot, then do it. But for me, I don't see anything. Like I see as a chase, straight up chase. If anything, you could build a case like, you should have bought it about this breakout area. And that would have been a good swing. You buy this breakout, it's a little choppy. You're still in it because you have good risk reward. You're probably risking below this 3 area. So wide risk, but hindsight, not bad risk at all because in the past we have a squeezer. So that's my thoughts, brother. Christian, do you scale in? I don't know how many times you can ask that, brother, but I answered it. Easy drawn. Show this man and reply me. Can this grow up more or not? I don't know it. I don't trade currencies, XVG, USDT, so I can't even give you any advice. Bailey, Christian wise, he said he scales in mostly. Thank you, Bailey. Easy drawing. Same question. Richie. First time coming in. Thank you for being here, my man. I appreciate that. Let's go back to the charts. So let's review another trade real quick, and then I'll get back to it. I ended on, oh my God. Thank you guys for asking so many questions. I am trying to answer them all, but let's go ahead and review another trade. So I also traded MVIS, and I want you to see MVIS because it's going to show you kind of how I think now. I drew this here because big picture on the hourly, this is a major trend here and we broke under it. So we see some weakness. So that's what I saw first. I drew some area of resistance and let's delete all this so it looks clean first. So this is what I had first. And at first I was thinking, this is a short. And I took a starter pre-market because it looked like we had this pop and rejected. So I took a starter at 20, wide risk. But I thought we could drop down maybe to this 16 area, maybe 1750. So it was worth it to me. And then at the open, we had a little hesitation here on the 10-minute. And then instead, breaking down, we spiked up. And my initial plan was to take additional size. Let me show you this right here. You see this area right here? See how it pops, stops at this 2090 area? But I did not do that. A couple of reasons why. Because, number one, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like it was acting right. Let's go to the 5-minute. This thing was consolidating and then spiked, consolidate above the key resistance area and then spiked further. I didn't like that. And in fact, instead of just shorting and adding, because I planned a third size here, and then I was going to add full size up here. At 2090 was my add, but I decided not to. Now, granted, I might have missed a great ad, but I didn't miss a trade. And I'm going to show you why. And it never hit my stop. So I ended up taking my size off when it got to this 21 area just because I didn't like the way it acted. And now, granted, this could be a sign of weakness, right? Like, why am I getting out before my stop? That's a question I need to ask myself. But at the same time, if I don't like this setup, and let me draw this. I forgot to draw this for you guys because I had this on my chart. You'll see here that we have a downtrend. And this wasn't here, so I can't even do that. Let's be real. Right there. So we have this downtrend. And when I covered, we were breaking above the downtrend. I didn't like that. And then when we reject it, that's when I redrew this line. And I said, you know what? That downtrend's, that looks pretty nice. But I still didn't like that we're over here because green-red is 2050. Let me show you where green-red was. 2050. Let's make it green. Boom. 2050. So this is what I was thinking about. And I'll show you my execution here in a minute. I was thinking we got this pop. But instead, right before we popped above that, we came back down. A little resistance. Popped above, a little support. Broke below, popped above, a little choppy, right? I was thinking this was an area of interest. But before that, we actually had a better area of interest right here. You can see we popped here, rejected, popped, held, spiked, right? Reaction, that's important. Came back down, recovered pretty nicely from that area. Came back down, broke. At that moment, all of these buyers became sellers. They started to sell. So what did I do? I ended up shorting this right here and I believe right here, a little bit right here, and then most of it right here. Risking off of this 21 area. Wide risk, sure. That's just how I'm thinking because I want to be careful. I don't want to get shaken out. A lot of people get shaken out. And what happened? We ended up getting the fade, and I had to get a nice risk reward set up. And I'm going to show you that. Let's see if I can pull that up right here. Let's see. If we go to, let's see, go back to my chart here. Go back to MVIS. Boom. So you can see here, I actually, as I said, I got started in, covered it above 21, then re-got in and covered along the way down. Got a little faked out here. Faked out, that happens. As you guys can see, getting faked out happens to all of us. Now, maybe it was a little too tight. Looking back, usually I'm on a 10-minute. Probably shouldn't use this as risk because we didn't break this area yet. Should have kept it at least at 2050, which was my original plan. Sorry, I'm not showing you that. I said shouldn't have used this area because we haven't broke down here yet. But I had originally risked 2050. I should have kept that because we'd have been in it still and faded it to 18s, even 17s like I thought. But sometimes I get impatient. It happens, and I get out too soon. That's what happened today. So I'm probably going to be wrapping this up, guys, but I want you guys to know, I'm going to answer a couple more questions, though. But I also want you guys to know, if you can, share the love, share the content with friends, other traders. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, because I'm going to try to do more lives like this to give back even more. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and share the content. And don't forget, go watch the Matt Damon interview. It aired today. Go watch that, please. And if you do like the podcast on the podcast platforms, leave a show rating and review. Let me answer one more question. Let me see if anyone asked a question who's a supporter of the show, and then I'm just going to pick someone random. All right. So, Neil Marcelius. Alex, I'm in Scott's room. With markets like this, do you normally focus on shorting? If yes, do you care if it's small, mid, large caps? So, my man, first off, I'm a short bias trader, but I'm doing longs now too. So I do both. And I don't think about, is this short market or long? I just think about, what is the chart showing me? Is this a strong trend to the up or downside? That helps create bias. And then I develop a plan from technical analysis from there. That's how I see the market. And let me answer one more question. Let's see. Okay, so what do you think about rocket companies tabbing? Other than I'm looking at them, I don't have any, I'm not really an investor. If I was and I had tons of capital, maybe I would invest in them. But I don't. I'm more of a swing trader, and in and out. If I swing, it's going to be weeks, maybe months, and that's it. So I am watching them, and I like them. That's all I can tell you. And then let's pick another question just because I feel like answering another question. Are you a profitable day trader, and how long did it take you to start being consistent? Yes, I am a profitable trader. It took me, I'd say 2.5, 3 years more realistically to find my own consistency. And that sucked. And I tried to share that through the channel, through the show. here's a tip, guys. If you go to Be the Trader and go to the very first episodes when none of you people knew who I was, no one listened to me, no one watched the show. I was excited when I had 100 views over the lifetime. And I talked about my struggles. It was when I was barely finding consistency. I had blow-ups, mess-ups. I share all that at the beginning. So if you want an experience, go to the beginning of the show, watch that, and see it grow. And you see me grow. You see my change, because I was so close-minded. I was a lot like a lot of people out there. So close-minded. I thought it was one way only, 3R only for a while. I used to think I should only trade one pattern only forever. It wasn't until I became open-minded. I think the show really helped me. Interviewing tons of successful traders, it showed me there's so many good traders out there that trade different ways. And it kind of helped me open up to other ways. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate all of you. I will keep this up. I'm going to keep my side of the bargain as long as you keep yours. Everyone who's watching right now, tag me on Twitter or Instagram on the story. Tag me at BeTheStory. Let me type that in, so that way I know that you're committed. Be the Story 87. Tag me at Be the Story 87 on Instagram or Twitter, saying I watched you live. Whatever you want to say, like I appreciate it, whatever. And I hit the bell and I subscribe. The more tags I get, the more likely I'm going to do this regularly, because I want to do this, but I also want you guys to like it. So let me know your thoughts. Tag me on the story or tag me on Twitter. Let me know that you hit the bell and subscribe, and I will keep this up. You guys take care and have a wonderful